Hey guys, back at it. This is day 284 and 285, a combo episode in my 1 year daily diary challenge. This 1 year challenge was prompted after I completed a 100-day challenge, and those first 100 days were intuitively prompted through a meditation session. It was just an amazing experience. For those 100 days, I decided to keep it going for a whole year. So let's get into day 284 and 285. This is Saturday and Sunday. It's a weekend. I have my kids this weekend, so we are definitely just relaxing and taking it easy. There's no pressure. Today's Saturday to wake up at any specific time. Of course, I've just continued to keep waking up early, even without an alarm and without a time I need to wake up. So getting just downstairs, doing my meditation in the morning, getting some sun, getting a coffee, just really, like I said, relaxing, doing my yoga squat, doing some stretching. No workout, just a little bit of stretching and vibration plate, acupressure grounding mat, and the sauna. So that is what I did today on Saturday. Let the kids, like I said, chill and rest and sleep in. And then when they got up, just kind of let them get into whatever that they felt like they wanted to get into, whether it was like, watching a show, doing games, like anything. And it was really just a relaxing Saturday at the house. We didn't really go anywhere. We didn't have anywhere we needed to go. We have plans to go on Sunday, tomorrow, to the movies, so we're waiting to do that. So yeah, today was really not a lot, but we did have some good interactions and hangout time. I made some brownies and I made some, salad, and I made some different things for lunch and dinner, just because nobody was really up super early in the morning. I have been trying to eat kiwi every day just to do a little gut repair. I saw a little Instagram reel or Facebook or some social media reel about kiwis and how one kiwi a day can change your gut microbiome in a positive way within 24 hours. So I was like, I can try that. So just get kiwis and try to consume one every day for like a week and see how I feel. If I see a difference or what's going on with that. So Saturday was just super chill. We didn't stay up super late because I was tired, and I had just been started like in the morning packing a bin in the kitchen. So kitchen stuff and junk drawer stuff and things that I might not necessarily need right away. Just trying to pack them in bins because I did pick up some bins the other day. And then kind of taking inventory of what are in the cabinets in the kitchen and what might need to be packed and not packed. And then also upstairs, looking in our game closet, looking in the towel closet, kind of looking in the bathroom cabinets and in the laundry closet. So my son found these dinosaur eggs, and they're like dissolvable. So they're eggs with a dinosaur inside, and you put it in water and it dissolves and the dinosaur comes out. So he was having fun kind of putting the egg in the glass and watching that happen. It's kind of fun when you start like packing up stuff. You discover new things. I also, while I was packing and moving stuff, discovered the extra house key that I had that for some reason my son lost his house key. So now he has one. So just some good things that we're uncovering and discovering as we're packing up. And I have, since the full moon is coming, had this urge, and it's not because of what I've listened to or read or anything about the full moon. It's just a natural feeling that I had after coming home from Florida for the weekend and after doing different things just intuitively, I felt like it was time to purge, like it was time to cleanse, like it was time to really be honest with myself and let go of people and things that didn't really fit, that didn't feel right. So, like I said, during the middle of the week, like Thursday, I had phone calls with my financial advisor and an advisor from that money program, and talking with the money program advisor, really sitting in what they offer and what I needed. And after talking with them, I felt like more at peace. Like I didn't, like the program would be beneficial, yes, but I don't need it right now. And it's something like every time I see their content online, it's focused more on creating wealth within the Black community. With it, their program is called Melanin Money. So it's about, you know, changing the look of millionaires and changing people's perspective within the community, which I'm totally for. Like, that's amazing. And the information is relevant across any, any people group. So, like, it's not that the information is irrelevant. It's just that when they're talking, and all of their words too are relevant too, they're saying, get in the rooms you want to be in, be with the people who are going to elevate you, find your tribe, find your people. And so every time I see the content and I see like the people that they're hanging out with and the way that they're presenting themselves, and it's not cringy. It's just like, I don't feel like that's my people. Like, I wouldn't see myself in that scene, in that place, in that party. And so it's good for me to reevaluate, like, that's really not the room I want to be in. And that's really not the program I was meant to be in. So it's good for reevaluation and letting go of things that you thought were for you, but not really. So then that's me reevaluating where my direction is and what kind of people I want to be around. What are the rooms that I aim to be in with the people who are in the places I want to be, just so I can, get in those spaces and be with their energy and those people. Also with the dating scene, it's just been like, I've been testing out the waters, meeting people in Florida. I just had the weekend down there where I was, on a number of dates and connected with people. And I had a lovely time, and everybody was just really nice, and I had a great time. And so I was able to reevaluate those relationships and really be honest with myself about not playing people and not taking things and not being all about what can they offer me and what can I get from this. So I actually let go 3 of the people who I was talking to down there, and I was honest with myself of like, it's not that there wasn't anything wrong with the connection, because the connection was great, but it's that I was unsettled in this area, and I could see that could be an issue later. And I'm just being honest with myself and honest with you. And, for the most part, they took it really well. My Florida crush, who he had connected really deeply, did not take it so well. And not that it was like taken the wrong way, but it was like there was a resistance there. And I was just like, hey, I'm just trying to be honest that it feels really great when we are talking and communicating and even hanging out. But there's certain patterns and behaviors that I noticed while I was there that, while they're not a big thing, it could be later, and it's somewhat of a mismatch. And just for me to be honest with myself and honest with him, that we're not, putting all of our eggs in a basket that has a hole in it, so to speak. So that was just, it's been a hard couple of days just to reevaluate those situations and then kind of make those touch points of like reaching out. So I do feel crazy, like I've released a lot. And there's a lot of empty space, and it's like a lot of empty space. So I've been listening to a Kabbalah teacher David, gosh, I want to say Gingham, but I don't believe that is his last, how you pronounce his last name. And I haven't really looked it up, but he is a very well-known Kabbalah teacher. A lot of his stuff is on social. He has podcasts, and I've been listening to his podcast, and it's been really inspiring. And it was all about your vessel, and once your vessel expands and grows, then you have more room for blessings, and you can you can manifest and you can ask for large blessings to come in. But it's like if you're going to pour a gallon of water in a 12-ounce cup, the vessel is not big enough or ready to handle the gallon of water. And if you try to pour the gallon of water in the 12-ounce cup, the water will overflow, and of course you'll get blessings, but you won't get the magnitude of blessings that were available. And as we heal and grow and expand our vessel, then we're able to accept and hold more. And then he was talking about each level we go through that we do expand and our vessel does grow, that we have this feeling of emptiness because the vessel has more space and we're not used to that space. And so that was like a really insightful way to think about it because of what I've been doing and how I've been releasing and expanding and healing and growing, and how I have this feeling of emptiness right now, but that I can sit with it and say that this is okay because my vessel is just larger. It's ready to receive more blessings, better blessings, bigger blessings. And I've made space and allowed time to grow to receive what blessings are going to come next. So it's been very helpful. And so this weekend has just been for me to put my phone down more, for me to not really look and see like who's messaging me and or not messaging me, because I've found that this whole weekend, and we'll get into it more tomorrow day as well, but there's been a lack of people reaching out and connecting with me, and it's meant for this time because I'm meant to just disconnect and release that and not need everybody contacting me all the time. So it's been an interesting time to just sit with this and understand it and kind of have that light bulb moment. Saturday was a really great day. Lots of relaxing, connecting with the kids. Like I said, doing all these releases. And Sunday, same thing, woke up really late, let the kids sleep in, had this really restful morning, did my vibration, did my acupressure, did my sauna, got myself dressed and ready to go, told the kids that we're going to go see the movie and if we were going to eat or we're going to do whatever. Talked about different theaters, talked about different experiences, but ultimately I was like, well, let's go to this theater by the house. It's really close, we can experience the same movie, and if we're hungry or whatever, we can eat after. And we can do all these other things and get popcorn and whatnot. So my daughter got up, my son got up, they got ready. We got in the car, we got ourselves over to the theater and got tickets and popcorns and little, water cups, and we were situated. We were there super early, and then another family from my daughter's school who's also used to go to the church that I went to was there, and so we briefly connected with them. And then we saw the movie, a Minecraft movie, which is really funny. And I've been trying to engage with my son differently if he gets upset or frustrated, and so far it's been working. I've also been trying to release my kids because my kids are a big part of me, and listening to this podcast I was saying with David, the Kabbalah instructor, and he was talking about things that we identify and hold on to, even our kids, and in the Bible, when the sacrifice was asked to be the son, and it was just like, okay, he said, okay, he got his son ready, he got all the stuff ready, he took his son and they walked up the mountain to do the sacrifice. And it was just like such a great sacrifice to think about letting your children go, the things that are like for me the most important. And not that I'm going to sacrifice my kids, but I'm just like going through this process of release and of mindset change, and that some things about them I have no control over, and some things I do. And like, it's just been an amazing time to go through that different mindset about my kids, and not having to just be like, I think I've said it multiple times before, as long as I have my kids, it's just me and my kids, I'll be fine. So I need to be fine without them as well, and I need to be fine on my own. And that doesn't mean that I am releasing them or, not having them. It's just that the feeling, the mindset is needing to not hold on so tightly to things that sometimes you don't have control over. And yes, and so I have just been thinking about how I behave to myself, how I treat myself, how I talk to myself, all of that, because that's a reflection how my kids treat themselves and how they treat me. So I've been looking at things from a different angle. But anyway, so we went to the movie. It was a really funny movie. We had a great time. We got refills on popcorn before we left the theater. And then we went to Trader Joe's and picked up a couple snacks and things, just because we were out of a lot, with me not doing a big shop. And then we came home and got into, just chilling out and getting ready for the last week of school before they track out and have vacation. So yeah, I've been watching Young Sheldon I've been watching it by myself, and then one or both of the kids will sit with me and watch a few episodes here and there. And we have just been enjoying that. And then my son asked earlier in the day if I could remove parental controls so he could have communication with his friends. And I said, yeah, I could remove it for today. And maybe he didn't hear that part, or it wasn't spoken out loud, but I went back to change it. And then he got really upset that communication parental controls was put back on. He thought that it was going to be removed for good. And so we had a little bit of, he was upset and frustrated and confused. And so he was doing his little, pouty acting out and whatnot. And at one point, I was just like, okay, dude, come on, let's come with me. And I grabbed him, and I grabbed a bowling ball, and I grabbed a hammer, and I grabbed an old computer that I had sitting there waiting to be disposed of properly. And I was like, okay. And I put the computer outside in the back where there was mulch and grass and stuff. Gave him the hammer, gave him the bowling ball, and I was like, here, see what happens. And so he's smashing it up and crashing it up and just focusing on that. And once he was like finished and it was, destroyed, he was good. And there was no more anger or aggravation. We didn't have to talk about like anything other than like, how he felt. And now that he got all of the frustration and anger out, he was able to speak clearly and understand where I was coming from as well. Not like I have just computers laying around for him to smash up every time he gets upset, but it was a really good way for me not to be reactive and let him still get his feelings out. So I have been trying to get them to a smash room, and they just like the spots fill up really quickly for some reason. So this was a good way to kind of get that same thing, but at home. So yeah, that was the evening, and he picked a movie, and we sat and we watched this movie. And when the movie was over, we got ourselves ready for bed, and we went up. My daughter had fallen asleep already, so I just made sure like her things were ready for school, and that was that. We, settled in and went to sleep, and it was a really good weekend of relaxing and connecting and purging and just learning more. So, yes, I do love all the progress that's happening, and I do love like all the new insights, and it is going to be a spot of uncomfortableness because of all the release and the empty space, and I'm just going to have to figure out how to sit with, this space right now, which is not bad, but it's unusual. I think I've been trying to fill space, and I've been trying to like just do things and connect with people and just always try to have filled space, not empty space. And so for once, I'm just going to try to not try, but I am going to sit with this space and just be comfortable with it. So yeah, thinking about packing, thinking about moving, thinking about how much will fit in this van, and that is kind of like what's in front of me right now. And my refrigerator is making ice, so it's a little noisy right now. But anyway, I was going to wrap it up. So thank you guys so much for being here, for listening in, for supporting me this way, subscribing, sharing, liking, commenting, all of the things or none of the things. I do appreciate you guys so much. And I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.